ever since the Hype House in 2020 with Charlie D'Amelio and Dixie D'Amelio and like all those other people, Addison Rae and all them, content creator houses for TikTokers are popping up everywhere. Some content houses are cool and entertaining. Some are boring and seem kind of pointless. Some are just low-key giving bad vibes. And some are wildly awful. But this newest TikTok creator house, called The Glow House, has everybody up in shambles. As usual, they usually do. But this new content creator house had a few of my favorite Get Ready With Me influencers in it. I love them, and I was so excited because me, being an ex-beauty influencer, a small beauty influencer on TikTok, I love Get Ready With Me's. I was so excited to see like an actual makeup themed, beauty themed, Get Ready With Me themed, lifestyle themed content house with girlies only. So I tap on their profile and I see all these videos of this big group of girls, and it's kind of hard to make out all of them because there's so many of them. But as I went through each individual member, which took forever, by the way, I had to check famous birthdays and I had to look at like all their following lists because there's so many girls. I'm not gonna lie, my heart kind of sank into my stomach for the first time ever, which pretty much never has happened to me by looking at TikTok, unless it's like a video of like a sad dog or a GoFundMe about a sad dog, then I can start crying. But other than that, I've never felt personally my heart drop into my stomach. Not to be dramatic, but there was not one Latina creator in the Glow House, nor Indian, nor Asian. And I know normally people don't really talk about it too much, like it's not that big of a deal if there's not too many BIPOC people in a content house. But for me, this kind of just particularly stung because Latinas are a massive influence in the beauty community, especially on TikTok, and they have influenced some of the widest spread makeup trends throughout like the world, pretty much. Same with Middle Eastern influencers, same with Indian influencers, same with Asian influencers. Like, do y'all remember the Fox eye lift? Where do you think that inspiration for Fox eyes came from? Where do you think Douyin makeup came from? This one made me really hurt, and I wanted to make a video about it. Because frankly, this isn't like some new thing where I see Latina influencers or other BIPOC people kind of being like pushed to the side. There seems to be like these weird segregation bubbles on TikTok that keeps people kind of separated. That's definitely not a bunch of teenagers in the Glow House's fault. I think it opens up a bigger can of beans, if you will. And to be honest, this has been irking me for a long time now, and if I don't talk about it, if I don't release this stress about the segregation that I have seen in the TikTok beauty community and just the influencer community in general, especially on TikTok, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my marbles. So today I'm going to be rambling and then also talking about the Glow House and all the drama with that, because again, the Glow House has people up in shambles because they threw this party and a lot of people had a really horrible experience. And I don't fully know if it's a coincidence that all the people who claimed to have the worst experiences at the Glow House party were also BIPOC. Again, though, not really the Glow House's fault. I would never blame a bunch of random teenagers on the internet for a societal and systemic issue. Today, we're going to be talking about the Glow House. What is all of this drama that people are talking about with the Glow House? What was this Glow House party that they threw that everyone was talking about? And why are influencers so angry that they weren't invited to this party? And why are the ones that were invited still talking shit? Oh, by the way, I'm missing my thumbnails today. I honestly just forgot to glue them on. Oops. That was supposed to make a clicking noise. It didn't. Sorry. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on these LA influencer parties, what really happens, what people are really like. And I also want to talk about this like weird segregation that I've noticed as being part of the beauty community on TikTok, this weird bubbling effect that I've noticed on TikTok, and how it kind of pisses me off. It pisses me off. It pisses me off and it put me in a bubble, and I don't like being put in a bubble. You can't put me in a bubble, and they put me in a bubble, so I got mad and I quit. So hey y'all, it's ELIANAM and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about pop culture, trending topics, and social media scandals. That's probably so annoying. I don't know. I personally, I really don't like when people whisper into the microphone. Like, can you not? But also I have that weird thing, like where you're afraid of chewing noises. It's like some kind of phobia where you can't like bear to hear people chewing or breathing. I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. I hope everyone saw my last video, because that last video about the JoJo Siwa deep dive, y'all, that like low key, I kind of had a feeling when I made it, I would crash out a little bit and I would like be burnt out by the end of the week, because y'all, I'm not kidding you, that took me 7 days straight to make. And it was an hour-long deep dive. It was so intricate. There was so much to JoJo Siwa that nobody knew. So I hope that y'all enjoyed that video. And if you haven't seen it already, the link is below. And I highly recommend it because I put a lot of work into it and it's insane. It's insane what she's going through right now. The Big Brother house, cheating on national television. You're braver than I am, sis. I would never cheat on national television, let alone just cheat in general. So let me know down below what is new with y'all. Anyways, that was a good catch up. But now, all right, so what is the Glow House? The Glow House is this new content creator house on TikTok, and it consists of like mainly just girls that do Get Ready With Me's. It's an all-girl house. It launched in April of 2025, so it literally just launched like a few weeks ago. There's a total of 14 girls in the house, all of which are like Get Ready With Me, lifestyle beauty creators, and then 2 of them are like comedy creators. And then there's kind of just one girl that just like lip syncs and she doesn't really do anything else, which, like, you know, props to you. I wish that I could make money that way. Don't we all? Don't we all wish we could do that? Also, all the creators in the Glow House, it's like a teenage house, so they're all between the ages of 13 and 19. The youngest member being 13 years old, and she is known on TikTok for being a cancer survivor. She is an inspiration to all. She shares her journey about cancer and chemo and everything on her TikTok. She likes beauty, she likes fashion, she likes skincare, and this is her handle right here. I recommend you guys check her out. She's very inspirational and support her. And the oldest one is a 19-year-old girl called Gianna. Gianna is like the biggest one out of all of them. I think she has like almost 13 million followers on TikTok. I've been following her for almost 2 years now, I think, and I really loved her Get Ready With Me story. So what she does, mainly like how she popped off, literally just sits in front of the camera and just talks while she does her makeup, while she gets ready, Get Ready With Me for school. I just like her because she's just chill and she's like normal and funny. Y'all might have seen a couple of Gianna's videos. The one that I remember really blowing up was this one video of her. It was a story time Get Ready With Me, talking about how she was bullied by teenage girls in Walmart. And what was happening was she went to Walmart and she went to go buy shampoo, and then there was like this group of like ratty ass teenage girls that were like making fun of her and like talking shit about her to her face. And when she went to go check out, the girls just kept following her around the store and like laughing at her and like filming her and pointing at her or whatever, like doing the most. And she went to check out, and then the girls like literally were like, "Oh, I'll buy that shampoo for you, don't worry, we got it, we got you, sis. I'll pick up the shampoo, it's on my tab." So the teenage girls grab the shampoo out of Gianna's hand, pays for it, and then they run away with the shampoo that they paid for. And then Gianna went home and cried. And then she made a TikTok about it, and it got 36 million views. Well, 35.9, but I round up. It's basically 36. Before that, she did like a lot of other story times, just Get Ready With Me's, POVs, funny videos, crying videos, you know, challenges. I think she has like a little sister or best friend she does challenges with. So the creators in the Glow House consist of Embry Cortland, who does lip syncs and occasional beauty and fashion. Lele, who does random funny videos and lip syncs. Presley Faith, who does Get Ready With Me content and lip syncs. Zuzu Bean, I don't know how to say her last name. Zuzu Bain or Bean, Zuzu. She was the girl that I mentioned earlier, the cancer survivor, and she does Get Ready With Me, skincare, beauty. Gianna Harner / Gianna Joyce. I don't know how Famous Birthdays got her legal last name. Like, okay, Famous Birthdays, you're actually creepy. But Gianna Joyce on TikTok, which I just went on a tangent about. Lola Winters, who does Get Ready With Me in fashion. I don't know how to say this girl's name because I've never heard it. Ayaya Sufi? I'm sorry if I butchered that. Aya. So she is just like this extremely preppy, just like she got famous on TikTok for like wearing these really weird jeans, and everyone hyped her up. Or sorry, everyone clowned her. No one hyped her up. Everyone clowned her for wearing these jeans, and then she like made it part of her brand to like always wear Zara jeans. And for a while she was like, I love Zara jeans. Like she kind of just like trolled a little bit. Again, another name I'm not fully sure. Ryan, I believe. Ryan Roy, another extremely preppy girl, but she mostly does dances. Really high quality dances, by the way. What are you filming with? My eyes aren't even that good. Mysterious Girl 7708, who does comedy skits, mainly of the same kind of like skit of her trying to impress her crush.
Yo! Today my school got a new student, so today I'm just gonna be like showing him around in a way. I get the school can be really scary sometimes, so if you want I can just hold your hand. Please, I just want to hold it once.
I've personally never seen her on my For You page. This is somebody that I never really, you know what? Most of these people are people that I never even knew existed. Tallulah Metcalf, who also does comedy and Get Ready With Me's. Samara Bolter, who does very high energy stuff and also Get Ready With Me's. Kendall Maynard, who does Get Ready With Me's and Lifestyles, Sophie Hessery, who is, I think, half Middle Eastern based on her last name and nothing else, and she does Get Ready With Me's Beauty and Lifestyle. And again, another girl that I don't fully know how to say her name, Nivea, who does Get Ready With Me content as well, pretty much only. So as you can see, the theme here is it's full of Get Ready With Me. It's like every girl who's in this house does Get Ready With Me. But also another theme here, like the overall umbrella aesthetic of the house is like preppy. So if you don't know what preppy talk is, because preppy talk is its own thing, and if you aren't 13 years old, you might not know preppy talk. How do I know what preppy talk? I only know about preppy talk, y'all, from using Like. It's like the TikTok version for kids. And when TikTok was like being threatened to be banned, I downloaded Like to see if that could possibly be the new TikTok, because everyone in the comments was like, oh, I'm going back to Like. So I downloaded Like. I will never use Like again because it is literally a bunch of like 8-year-olds to 11-year-olds, and it's just like very, very preppy stuff. Like think like those really corny, like, what would you say to your crush? Number 1, hello. Number 2, kiss him. Number 3, look at him. Number 4, write him a letter. Like just very, very like cutesy, preppy little like middle school girl, elementary school girl, like little dances, like little like relatable quotes. And then like there's like the random pedos on there, which I thought was disgusting. Like every like 5th post there'd be like a pedo, and I'd be like, ew, and it made me really uncomfortable. So I deleted Like. And also parents, if your kid uses Like, you should really look at it, because there actually are like weird old men on there, and it's like very scary. Like they came up on my feed and it was very disturbing. So you should make sure that they are not talking to any of those people, because those people should not be on Like. Sir, this is not for you and you need to leave. Why are you here? But anyways, preppy is its own aesthetic. So this is also where the drunk elephant 10-year-old craze came from. It's like preppy talk, preppy aesthetic. Their audience is basically like 7 years old to like 14 years old, who are pretty much just the embellishment of like a pretty, well-off California girl, you know, Malibu Beach girl. Think like Brandy Melville, Sol de Janeiro, Drunk Elephant, clean girl makeup, gold jewelry, Kendra Scott, Bible study. Think like Converse, bright colors, pastels, usually blonde hair or like beachy blonde hair, or like natural light brown hair, like not much makeup, like literally just like a very preppy person who's like 13 years old is like what preppy talk is. It's giving Alabama sorority sister. It's giving 2016 Tumblr vibes. But the important distinction between preppy talk and clean girl talk is like preppy talk is very young, so like the girls who are into preppy talk aren't quite old enough yet to really idolize and like appreciate like those like influencers who make strawberry organic iced matchas in their New York apartments before Pilates class, and then come home to film my Sunday reset video and how I decorate my apartment, because frankly that stuff is all just way out of their age range. Like they don't even know, like they're kids. They don't care about watching some grown woman clean her house, you know? They don't get it. They don't get the vibe, you know? They don't get it. So I find that they're usually fascinated with very like basic video concepts. So one of those concepts being Get Ready With Me for schools, try on hauls, lip syncing, relatable quotes, dances, fun challenges, unboxing sometimes if the unboxing is relevant, hence all the creators in the Glow House. So let's talk about the Glow House party. What is the Glow House party? So the Glow House party was a brand sponsored launch party to promote the new launch of the brand new beauty creator house, the Glow House. It was organized by Gianna, as well as sponsored by Medicube and Gianna's talent agency called, I think, Tibble or Tibby. Gianna said that she specifically wanted to invite a lot of smaller creators, because the point of like this whole Glow House party wasn't just to get a bunch of stories and a bunch of like content. It wasn't just supposed to be like to invite like the most famous people on the app, so then the famous people could film everything and post it. Like it wasn't like that. She wanted it to be like a networking event so that other small creators could meet other small creators and feel included. Like, to give y'all an idea, the most famous person who was at the Glow House party was Adriana Lima's daughter, Valentina Lima. I love Adriana Lima. Adriana Lima is my idol. I was happy to see that there actually was a lot of diversity in the creators that they invited to the party versus the creators they had in the house. But that also kind of made me question, I'm like, okay, so you obviously know these creators exist. Like, you obviously know about these people. So why wouldn't you invite them to be in the glow house? I don't know. It's kind of like a weird, I don't know. I felt weird about it. Also, there still was a heavy lack of Asian creators and Indian creators, and also indigenous creators that were invited to this glow house party. When I say Indian, I'm talking about people that come from the country of India. So basically, everybody seemed to be having a really good time at the party. However, they did not, however, have any food. Apparently, they only had chips. And that was because Gianna said that when she had attended events like this in the past, that nobody had actually touched the food, and it would have costed $10,000 to get like a catered chef for the event. So she said, like, what's the point of that if y'all are just gonna be like skinny ass skinnies and not touch the food, you know? Skinny minis don't want to touch the food. Y'all got free food and y'all got me. That is why I'm overweight. My BMI says I'm overweight. I'm actually not overweight. I'm like one BMI point from being overweight, but also BMI is like not the most accurate thing in the world because it doesn't count for the muscle mass. And I've been working out. I have all this muscle mass. It's muscle mass. It's water weight. It's muscle. I'm just bloated. She's bloated. So the glow house party drama occurred during the party, before the party, and after party. Naturally, with any influencer event, there's always going to be people starting drama, and there's always going to be people who are complaining. And you can't please everybody, no matter what event you throw. Like, remember Reagan's birthday party? How Reagan threw a birthday party, Reagan 777, and then like this random ass girl showed up, and she made up this whole big story on TikTok talking about how Reagan's birthday party was literally the most boring thing and nobody was having fun and everyone was standing around and it was so boring and it was so embarrassing and Reagan's also a bitch. And then everyone called her out, like, why are you being so negative? Like, okay, negative Nancy, like, who are you? Like, you weren't even invited. She doesn't even know you.
Because I went to an influencer's birthday party and I said that I didn't have fun, so I decided to leave. For some context, here were the vibes of the party. Like, do you guys blame me for wanting to leave a little early? So because of that, it was just a flop in my opinion. I want to clarify, it might look like an intimate event because not a lot of people showed up, but it's supposed to be like a big bar club scene. At the end of the day, as long as the birthday girl had fun.
I would never talk shit about someone's birthday party because somebody's birthday party is something you can't control. It's like if I threw a birthday party and everyone was mean to me and then somebody bashed me for everyone being mean to me, why would that be my fault? Why would that be on me? Bash corporations, bash Coachella events. By all means, I love doing that. But don't bash like individual people who are just trying to celebrate their birthday. That's just a little bit like...
Your opinion of somebody else's birthday party does not matter.
Anyways, some of these videos bashing the glow house party and bashing the glow house was kind of giving that same energy. But I don't think that the small creators meant to give that energy because, to be honest, I think that they're just not used to those kinds of parties. So let's get into it a little bit. So first of all, the Glow House girls, honestly, truly, they really seem like an unproblematic group of girls. They really just seem like a group of normal girls. So as I mentioned before, the Glow House party was being managed by a influencer agency called Tittle. And there was a certain creator who was actually at the party who used to be managed by Tittle, but then got dropped by Tittle because his engagement wasn't high enough and he wasn't growing. So Tittle just dropped him from the list, dropped him off the roster. Coincidentally, I think like a few members in the Glow House are signed to Tittle. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if Tittle has something to do with the curation of the actual Glow House itself. Like, did Tittle pick the roster of girls that were going to be in the house, or did Gianna pick the roster of girls that were going to be in the house? You know what I mean? Because then it's like, well, if Tittle did it, if some agency did it, then it makes sense as to why most of them are white, because corporations are like that. But if Gianna did it, then... So this creator, Gabriel Scott, came on TikTok and exposed Tittle.
Here's what the Glow House party was actually like from somebody who doesn't have shit to lose. This party made me realize that I don't want to do social media anymore. So like, I'm not doing this for clout or like to get back on anyone. Like, I don't give a shit. One really important thing I want to note though is that I used to be signed with Tittle, the social media agency that's like running the whole house. I used to be signed with them and I was dropped in January because my engagement was low and like whatever, my account wasn't growing a ton. I'm not salty about that at all. This isn't a get back. They're working with like these huge events and like huge influencers now. It would be a waste of time and resources to keep me signed and like actually keep that up, especially when I'm not really going anywhere. Another really important thing is one of the people who is actually running the Glow House owes me money money and just refuses to give it to me. He came to me with a brand deal, $350, which isn't a ton of money, but still like $350 more than I had. Hey, do you want to do this? Yep, I do the deal. I upload it. Everything's good. I have been owed my money for about a month and a half, and I haven't seen it. Hey, I was supposed to get this on this date. I haven't yet. He texts me back, yeah, sure, I'll talk to accounting for sure. Like, you should get paid today. Nothing. Every time I have texted him about it since then, silence, no response. To the party itself, oh my God, I kind of felt like a Black Mirror event. I don't mean to be so negative, but a lot of people want to know like the real shit that was going on. It was amazing. It was pretty fun, but it's not everything that people are making it out to be. That party was so like very like cut and clear, like hanging out with these people and nobody else. All the groups kept to themselves, and there was this one really specific group didn't give a shit about anybody but themselves. I went up to one of the people in this group and I'm trying to have a conversation. Literally, eye contact maintained. I knew they could not give a shit about what came out of my mouth. I'm talking to this motherfucker and literally it's just It made me realize that like to these big influencers, like no matter what, you are nothing but a number to them. And it's not even out of arrogance. Like it's just how your brain can process it. They meet all these new fans, they meet all these new people all the fucking time. And that's where shit gets tricky, because if you didn't go out to LA with a big group of other influencers in this big friend group and you're all making content together, there was really no point of going. If you weren't incredibly famous or well known, these people would not give you the light of day. They don't want to be your friend. They don't want to meet new people. If there's not something mutually beneficial out of the interaction that you're having with them, there's no point in having it.
So on top of that, the guest list to the Glow House party was controversial, but only to like the bigger influencers. A lot of influencers were like low-key kind of embarrassed that they weren't invited to the Glow House party. So they were like going on TikTok talking about how like, I wasn't invited to the Glow House party, but like I wouldn't have gone, or I wasn't invited to the Glow House party and it offends me. Gianna then in turn responded to this by saying like, look, I didn't want to invite y'all. Y'all are already famous. Y'all are already getting a bag. I wanted to invite the smaller creators so that they could network and mingle with other small creators and have a chance to mingle with the brands there, get some free goodie bags. Y'all are already rich, so no, y'all aren't invited. One influencer in particular though, I want to talk about a little about how much hate that she's been getting. So her name is Elmo's World / Emma. So Elmo's World is known, she has almost 3 million followers. Elmo's World is known for making get ready with me videos, but instead of being positive and talking about her day, she notoriously talks about things that she hates. She got like 30 million views on multiple of her videos. Get ready with me, things I hate. And she just lists things that she hates. And it's weird because she has a lot of followers and she has a lot of supporters. Because I've watched a lot of her videos and she's never actually mean about things that she hates. She more so just like does like a clickbaity title, get ready with me, things I hate. And then she'll say things that are totally valid. Like, I hate rude drivers. I hate when people are rude to the waiters. I hate when people make fun of other people. Like, it's valid things to hate. She was getting a lot of hate on this one video that was posted about her on TikTok when she did a Q&A, I think on her YouTube channel. Somebody clipped it about the Glow House and then posted it on TikTok, and people were just going in on her.
Invited to be in the Glow House, I was like, okay, like I get it, like, yeah, I don't really care. But after I saw how many people went to that like party, the Glow House party, then I was like kind of mad. I was like, really? Like, you could have, not to be rude, but I wouldn't have gone. I just don't have like the money for that, and my mom works too much to just drop everything and take me there. But I was very upset, to say the least. I was actually like ranting to my mom and Maddie about it. But no, I was just like, you could invite everyone and their mother, but not me? What did I do?
I didn't realize that she had haters like that, low-key. I really didn't realize she had haters. So now on the other side of things, we have a lot of influencers who were complaining who actually went to the party. And this is kind of where the real drama starts. After the Glow House party, a lot of the people who were attending the party went on TikTok and made a get ready with me video exposing the truth of the Glow House party. And at first I saw one video, and then I saw another and another and another. I saw about like maybe 5 to 8. So tell me why all of these videos seem to be the exact same format, saying almost like word for word the exact same things. And all of those people happen to be also the exact same aesthetic as everybody in the Glow House too. So that makes me think that there might have been some kind of promotional contract that, I don't know, man, this is alleged, because I'm just pulling this out of my butt right now. I'm pulling it out of my butt, but it's just giving like that this was like some kind of collaborative like brand deal. Like it's giving that the Glow House gave them instructions on what to post when they got back to their house after the glow house party, but it's giving very scripted because quite a few of these videos are saying like the exact same lines too. Everyone there was literally the sweetest and I had the best time. Sometimes maybe people were a little too shy. I've honestly never been to something like that before, so I was so scared. But then Gianna and all of her friends were literally the sweetest. They were literally so sweet. And I just had a really great time. Thank you so much, Gianna, for the invitation to the glow house party. You know what I like, and it's like, it's the same thing. They say the same thing, and there's like dozens of these videos, and they all say that exact same thing. So that made me think, okay, what's going on here? But then on the other side of things, we've got like, I think I found like maybe 5-ish videos of people who were saying the opposite about the glow house party, about them having a bad experience and how they didn't have a good experience because they're all smaller creators. And here's the one thing that I saw in common that all of these negative videos have. So apart from most of them being BIPOC, one of them was a dude, the rest were BIPOC, notice that a lot of them had the same complaint. While they said Gianna was nice and everyone was nice, but like there was a couple girls in the glow house who were like bitches and like fake and like didn't want to talk to them, they mentioned one key phrase, the idea that people were kind of just basing interactions on like who has the most followers. Like people weren't really interested in mingling with them unless they had a lot of followers. So Gianna saw these videos and saw that people were like kind of starting to bandwagon like about the glow house. People were like starting to say like, oh, like the glow house is a bunch of mean girls. Who even is the glow house?
For You page is flooded with people giving their opinions and feedback on the glow house party, so I think it's my turn. For starters, this took months of planning, months of crying, months of stressing, months of going through legal paperwork trying to make this happen, months of wanting to give up because it's not as easy as people think it is making something like this happen. Also, a lot of people hating me because they didn't get invited. That was stressful. Legally, we were only allowed to have 400 people, no more, and I invited about 75 people max. Like everyone just started inviting other people and inviting more people and inviting more people, which definitely got really confusing because you had to be on the list in order to get in. It was really confusing trying to figure out who was actually invited or not, so it definitely caused a lot of people to be upset. I wanted these small creators to be able to get out there, be able to be a part of something big. A lot of other influencers look at other influencers and define them by their follower count, and I just thought it was time to include everyone. Good interactions with everyone except a few. I was having a conversation with the people around me and immediately asked who I was. I said who I was, then the person next to him said my follower account, then all of a sudden he's nice. Like he had an attitude before he found out my follower account, and I just thought that was a little weird, so I walked away. There was also a couple conversations that started with people saying how many followers they had, and I was like, I don't like this. It's definitely amazing to be proud of the platforms that people build, but the vibes that I was getting from those conversations were, if you don't have followers, I'm not talking to you.
I've seen hundreds of videos on my For You page. This girl in the glow house would be so mean, and this girl wouldn't be so mean, this girl would give me a hug, and this girl would give me a stank face, or this girl would judge me, and this girl wouldn't. Which, trust me, I get that. I understand why you think some people would be mean because all you see is clips on social media, so that is completely understandable. The hardcore truth on that is we are all normal people. We are all kind, we all respect each other, and I understand that's kind of like hard to understand, especially in this generation, but guys, we all respect each other. We don't judge people. We're kind to each other and everyone around us. And we are all human and we all have our bad days. If any of these girls were rude or judgmental, they wouldn't be in the house. Everything that we do does not have an age limit on it. Spreading positivity and doing what we're doing does not have an age limit. It makes it more inspirational that it's of all ages. Another controversial thing that I've seen on my For You page is people mad that we're sharing that we went and volunteered at the food bank, that we donated to the women's shelter, that we volunteered there, that our good deeds don't count just because we filmed it, but the entire point of the Glow House is to share these things and motivate people to do the same.
I don't know, there's something sus about people who are like, spread positivity all the time. Okay, wait, no, that's like low-key horrible. That sounds so mean and ridiculous. How dare somebody spread positivity? That is so sus of you. Some girls, I don't know if these girls, because I don't know these girls, but some girls like in the real world, probably like you've encountered them. Probably you have encountered them. I've encountered them. I know I have. But some girls who portray this really positive, really nice image, like for example, Galilda from Wicked, Galilda Good Witch. Some girls that can portray this like super nice, super sweet, super positive vibes persona are literally the fakest girls with the illest intentions. Y'all might have had some middle school trauma or some high school trauma, or maybe even some past fake friends in bad toxic friend groups that are like that. So because so many people can like relate to people who are low-key fake and will sneak you, I think that it's really easy for people to kind of just assume the worst of these particular girls in this glow house. And it's really easy for people to start bandwagoning against them and calling them fake. Like as soon as somebody even catches a whiff of fakeness. But I pretty much guarantee that this random group of high school girls with pink hairbands are not out to get you. They're not, to my knowledge, at least. So I do think the amount of hate that they're getting is kind of unwarranted. That is my opinion. That's only my opinion. I just personally don't really like hating on people. I'm weird like that. I can't really like hate on a random group of people that has never given me a reason to hate, especially when they're underage. So that's me. But like I said, a common theme that I was seeing throughout all the people's videos that had bad experiences were that the bigger influencers did not care to mingle with the smaller creators, and then that caused a really bad time. That leads me to talking about my experience at LA influencer parties. So let's talk about it. I have only been to like one brand influencer party, and it was at Coachella. Also, I have a lot of friends that are also in the industry, and they can all vouch for me. We've all had the same experience. It's kind of just like that. It's very sad and depressing, and like attending that party also made me want to quit social media, to be honest. So I totally resonate with that guy, Gabriel. I don't want to come at it from a negative perspective though, because at the end of the day, they are networking events, and people are there to network and like move forward in their careers and make good connections. Not everyone is like this, obviously, but there are a lot of people in the LA influencer space who are like this, where it's like if they can't benefit from you, they don't really care to talk to you because their time is so limited, and like the event is usually on for just a certain amount of hours. I'm not necessarily defending these people either, but I just see both sides. Like I have a pretty nuanced view of influencer parties. It's sad when it's your first one and it's like you're losing your LA influencer party virginity. It's sad because you thought that everyone was going to be partying together and having fun together. It's not like that. Honestly, not a lot of influencers or content creators even drink alcohol. Like for example, the Coachella party that I went to, a lot of people were there alone. A lot of people were just kind of standing around, looking for people who looked important. When I tried to talk to this one girl who was standing alone and looked very cold and uncomfortable, I made conversation with her and everything was nice and it was going good. And then we went to exchange Instagrams, and she had like hundreds of thousands of followers. I had less than 10K followers, so she immediately said, well, my Uber's here, so I gotta go. She was an OnlyFans model. So good for you, sis. Also, she got banned 3 days later after Coachella, so karma really will come. So I understand what it's like to feel really singled out as a small creator at those places. I totally get the frustration and the disappointment and the disheartenment. Unless you're a fan. If you're a fan of them, then they'll be like, oh, woohoo, like, nice to meet you. Like, oh my God, a fan, woohoo, take a photo. Like, love you, you're so cute. Oh my God, mwah, mwah. But if you meet them at like a networking event and you're also in the industry, they're not gonna be like that. Like they're not everyone. Some of them are actually genuinely nice people. A lot of them are nice people. You're meeting people in like their business element, like their business mindset. People who create content professionally full-time kind of have to be business minded. They have to make good career moves. But, you know, some people haven't figured out that networking is about giving and making good impressions and genuinely caring about people that you talk to. It's not just about kissing ass to whoever has 1 million followers and more than you. You don't need to talk to them, to be honest. You really don't. Like, flat out, there's just better people in the world than those particular people who are very snobby and stuck up and only care about like advancing their career. I wouldn't take it to heart. If that's how they want to act, then that's how they want to act. Usually those people don't end up getting very far. Like I said, that only girl that I talked to got banned, and I still haven't seen her make another account. So, but then also I want to consider the other side of this that I noticed is that people who were saying they didn't have a good time were also BIPOC.
Almost every time I tried to talk to somebody, they ignored me or they left mid-conversation. Come on, y'all, they just left without saying anything. And some people were acting like I was just disturbing their day. Like the Glow House members themselves were so nice. The Glow House party was fun. It was just the people they picked to go to the party. And people were asking me, Mia, why aren't you talking to anybody? Because half of the time I tried to talk to somebody, they ignored me or gave me a stank ass face. And to be honest, the girl that gave me a dirty look, I don't even know who she is. Like, I remember I complimented this one girl. She just looked at me like this. Like, damn, do you only talk to people that have 1 billion followers? Am I, y'all? This is just my experience. I feel like I'm not really on their side of TikTok. That's why a lot of them didn't know who I was. But just because you don't know me doesn't mean you have to treat me like shit.
My sister says she ignored her and took a picture with another girl, not my sister, and then she walked off. So it seemed to me like she didn't want to take a picture with my sister.
Let me just tell y'all, I have never felt so left out. Because most of the big creators already knew each other, they kind of had like their own little group that they were staying in, which is obviously fine, but I don't think it's fair to like completely ignore everybody else.
I mean, I'm hoping it has nothing to do with race. I'm hoping that she was just treated that way because they thought that she just, like, they thought that she just didn't belong and didn't look, I don't know. It's so difficult to tell whether things are race things or not, because it kind of just, the reoccurring theme that I'm seeing in the people who had bad experiences makes me think that it is a race thing, because that's the common theme. I just find it really weird because Gianna's house is all about inclusion. But I don't know, it makes me really upset that these people were treated this way. My problem isn't necessarily with the glow house itself. Like I said, they seem like a great group of girls. They seem like they have good intentions. It's more so I have a bone to pick with the TikTok beauty community in general. I feel kind of weird talking about race, but I feel like it's something that I need to bring up. As an ex-TikTok beauty influencer, I did notice that there was like some weird racial division within the TikTok beauty community. This is likely TikTok algorithm. It's the fault of TikTok, but it's still important to kind of point out. I noticed this when I was posting every single day, 2 to 3 times a day for a year straight in the TikTok beauty community as a Latina creator. I have 2 phones. This is my Canadian phone with my old TikTok account that I used before I started doing TikTok full-time professionally. This is my American phone with an American phone number and my current American TikTok account that I have like 130,000 followers on. So I can get the creator fund, American creator fund, whoop whoop. Both of these phones have a TikTok logged in. The TikTok account is set to both English and Spanish language, but when I search makeup tutorial on both of these TikToks, on my Canadian phone, it gives me kind of a healthy mix of every race. On my American phone, I literally only see other Hispanic makeup tutorials. I mean, for the most part. There's a couple other tutorials in there, but like 90% of it is just other Hispanic creators that it's showing me. Meanwhile, on my Canadian phone, while I am seeing other races, I'm not seeing any of the same results, and I'm not seeing any of the same Hispanic creators at all. I love being part of the Hispanic beauty community on TikTok, because frankly, it's very non-judgmental about the type of products that you use. Drugstore products will be used religiously by Latina creators, and I love a drugstore myself. I'm very frugal, like I said before, I'm very frugal, so I love not spending a lot of money and not spending a bag on makeup. But what I've noticed, especially with my experience, is that Hispanic creators and other BIPOC possibly are kind of stuck in this bubble where they're really well known and popular amongst their community, but outside of the bubble, people don't really know who they are, and they've probably never seen them on their For You feed. It sucks because like a lot of the time, BIPOC people have to be like really famous to make it out of that bubble. And I don't know if it's like a societal thing, but it's definitely an algorithm thing. There actually has been a lot of controversy around the TikTok algorithm too for favoring white creators. So this guy Mark actually did a study on this. He did an experiment on his own and found out that TikTok recommended accounts based on the accounts he was already following. This is pretty normal. But what was interesting is that the physical characteristics of a person's profile picture were mimicked in TikTok's recommendations. For example, if he followed a white woman with blonde hair, then a bunch of other white people with blonde hair would pop up on his For You feed. He tested this out with an Asian man. He followed an Asian man, and then a bunch of other Asian men who looked similar popped up on his For You feed afterwards. A TikTok spokesperson shared with BuzzFeed that this is a phenomenon known as collaborative filtering, so that means that they confirmed that TikTok does actually do this. And what's problematic about collaborative filtering is that if the majority of creators are white, then that means the majority of what people are seeing on their For You feed are white creators. If they interact with one white creator, they'll see a lot more. Not to mention it can also reinforce biases that people have in their mind. I know that being a Latina Canadian creator, my audience is 70% American, with most of that being in South Texas and Los Angeles. What that tells me is my content, no matter of me being in a different country in Canada, my content is only being shown to Latinas in Texas. TikTok would have to put me in a bubble in order for my stuff to be shown to this particular group of people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I'm in this bubble, but I'm in the bubble, and I don't know why I'm in the bubble, but I'm in the bubble. I'm stuck in the bubble. So I got mad and I quit. Because I was stuck in this bubble of like a very particular type of person and a very particular type of makeup style. The long nails, the dark hair, full face beat, matte makeup, that whole thing. If I would post a video without my eyelashes on, as simple as without my eyelashes on, it would flop. And I tested this with like over 100 TikTok videos. A lot of them are archived now because when I started YouTube, I archived a lot of my old videos that didn't resonate with me anymore. And I had this series on TikTok where I did the best and worst, where I would like have a bunch of foundations and be like, I'm gonna tell you the best foundations and the worst foundations for going out or for going to school. It was the same concept every time. The only difference in engagement is whether or not I had my eyelashes on. If I didn't have my lashes and my nails on, it would get like 2,000 to 4,000 views. If I had my lashes and my nails on and I played into the whole like, all right, y'all, like high energy, it would get millions of views. So like, I literally could not take the lashes off. I don't wear lashes like this in real life. Like, I'm wearing them right now because I'm talking about like the glow house, but in real life, I'm not much of a lash person, to be honest. I find them kind of annoying. Like, the TikTok just literally put me in this stupid little bubble where I had to look a certain way and act a certain way because my content was only being shown to people in this stereotypical bubble. I have also noticed that a lot of brands seem to avoid working with Hispanic creators. I know from experience, as well as my mutuals who are also Latina makeup creators on TikTok, with hundreds of thousands of followers, and they themselves have struggled with even being added to a PR list. I have some friends who have hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok, and they have never been paid. Meanwhile, other creators are making thousands of dollars. Now, of course, there are some exceptions to this. Like, for example, Dallas Mendoza is somebody who was able to get out of the bubble, and he's just like a relatable makeup artist and beauty guru to everybody. But for the most part, I find the Hispanic community on TikTok to be continuously overlooked. Again, this might be the case with other BIPOC groups too, but I can't really speak for experience because I'm not a part of them, obviously. But comment below your experience with TikTok, and comment below if you also feel this way or you've also noticed this if you're on BeautyTok. What creators do you see on your For You page? What creators do you follow? Comment below. I get that the glow house overall aesthetic is supposed to be preppy. It irks me because I feel like when people think about like Hispanic people on TikTok, sometimes they think about like people like Shoddy Bay. It's not like all Latina creators are in the same category as the group of Hispanic TikTokers that just cause drama all the time. Like, for example, Ash Trevino and Santos and Jules, the girl who promotes dropping out of school, which, by the way, is like a whole problem. That's a whole problem in itself. That's a different video. There are a lot of Hispanic creators that have like a soft girl preppy aesthetic that are also within the same age group as the creators from the Glow House. I see these creators in pink bows all the time with girly decorations, Hello Kitty, doing a room tour or a try-on haul, and most importantly and most obviously, they do get ready with me's also, and they do very well and have a very supportive and engaging community. But even if they had less followers, I still think that it's very important to include other BIPOC people because it helps boost their platforms and then builds their communities as well and creates awareness of these people in other bubbles of TikTok. And again, just to be clear, my point in bringing this up is not to bash the Glow House by any means. It's not to call them a bunch of racists. I'm not calling them nothing. I literally love the concept of the Glow House. Like I said, some of my favorite creators are in the Glow House. But I felt like I needed to talk about this, and I want nothing but an equal playing field for all BIPOC creators. There's a severe lack of Hispanic people, Asian people, and Indian people and Indigenous people in these types of events and houses, content creator houses. I mean, for the love of God, the only Hispanic content house that I could think of right now in the USA is Waka House and MILF House, and those are embarrassments. All right, y'all, if y'all made it to the end of this video, please comment below so I know y'all made it to the end, and comment ideas for new topics below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash subscribe because you do not want to miss my new upload. I upload videos just like this one every Friday and Saturday morning. And if that was not enough and for whatever reason y'all want to keep hearing me yap, then you could check out one of these two videos because YouTube thinks that you might enjoy them also. But that's enough for me today, y'all. So I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day or night. and I'll see y'all in the next one.